last time that you had to make a personal call to a credit card company, an airline, any type of service agency? You dial the number, you go through the options, and then you happen to get with someone on the line who just doesn't give you the warm and fuzzy. They're going through the motions maybe, but you're sensing a different energy. Their tone is telling you, I really don't care to be on this call right now. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. How long does it take for you to form an impression of that person? Minutes? Seconds? Hi, and welcome to another episode of The Human Code, where we redefine sales through the human connection, where we strip down the sales transaction to what really matters, building on basic and timeless communication skills. I'm Susan Gaytan, and today we're talking about, you guessed it, first impressions and the 7-second rule. 7 seconds, yeah. That's what it takes today, folks. Now, you've all heard the old line, you never get a second chance to make a great first impression, right? But here's the kicker. This means that in our business, in sales, your customers are judging you even before you can even say, which vehicle is that? Is there a stock number listed? Yeah. Now, in person, your body language, your handshake, your eye contact, all of that matter. But many of you in sales or BDC, most of your first impressions are actually happening through a phone or even worse, a computer screen. That means that your tone, your pacing, your energy, everything you put into that first impression is doing all the heavy lifting for you. Remember back in chapter 2 when we talked about tone? This is that skill that either tells the customer you're on their side or not. Now, if you answer that phone pop, sounding busy, rushed, distracted, like you've already had a long day, then you've basically just told that customer, your call doesn't mean that much to me, right? And then we're shocked when the customer doesn't show up for their appointment. And you're thinking, but I had the car. It doesn't matter because the trust wasn't there from the get-go. And online, if your email or chat greeting feels cold and scripted, then you've probably already lost that customer's attention. On the flip side, when you bring energy, warmth, and you're matching the customer's energy in your communications, like we've covered in chapter 4 on mirroring, then you're basically telling them, I got you. I'm here for you, and they're going to feel that. And this isn't about faking it, you guys. You don't want to sound like a robot. Customers can smell fake and phony from a mile away. Be yourself. It's about being intentional. You want to gain their trust. Trust closes deals. Every single one of us has a life and things that we're dealing with outside of work. But when you pick up that call, it is game time. Take a deep breath and smile. Yeah, smile. They can hear that. If you need to get up and hype yourself up, then do whatever it takes because this is showtime, baby. Instead of, sales, this is Bob, try something warm like, thank you so much for holding, this is Bob, how can I help you today? Now, for internet leads, I totally get it. It's tough, but it's the same principle. Why? Because it's the same people. They're just reaching out to you way sooner. Your subject line, your opening sentence, if you have a video or not, it's like your virtual handshake. And have you ever had someone give you a dead fish for a handshake? Yeah, it's not fun. You immediately form an opinion of that person, right? Now, if your first impression in an email is weak or it's a template that's been copied and pasted 30 times over, it's like mumbling your name at the front door. Nobody is going to hear you. All right, here's your human habit of the week. Before every call, email, or chat this week, pause for just 5 seconds. Maybe it's a new client you're meeting in person or maybe virtually. Pause and give yourself a quick checkup from the neck up, okay? Reset your tone, adjust your pace, and decide the feeling you want them to have in those first moments. Envision yourself connecting with that person and earning their trust. Lead with that, and the rest will be a piece of cake. Remember that there are no do-overs here. You only get one shot, one critical shot to make a great first impression. That's it for this episode. I'm Susan Gaytan, and we'll see you next time.